Well, it's no longer just a war of words with the woke folk. Some Republicans are proposing a new law to protect the biological rights of women. Congresswoman Debbie Lesko explains the Women's Bill of Rights this way. It's a quote. As the left continues to erase women, we must fight for women and their place in our society, whether it's keeping the word mother in written law or ensuring women's domestic violence shelters do not have to accept biological men. We must stand up for women, end quote. This is the World Swimming Coaches Association calls for a new transgender racing category after University of Pennsylvania transgender swimmer Leah Thomas dominated this year's NCAA championships. And then there was this exchange on Capitol Hill this week between a congressman and a pro-choice activist.
What do you say a woman is?
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Okay. Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
Okay, some Twitter reaction here. Here's one. This is another level of stupid. And when you deconstruct basic truths like gender, all other logic and common sense go out the window. The center cannot hold. Tammy Bruce, Fox News contributor, host of Get Tammy Bruce on Fox Nation, is in focus. Tammy, you are chomping at the bit to weigh in on this.
Yeah, I felt a little out of focus after listening to that. You know, here we are, my generation, myself personally, working for decades to recognize the differences women experience in society, working to get laws changed, working to get recognition of the contribution we make to society, the issue of birth, reproduction, equal treatment in the workplace because of who we are, because we're different. There's a difference between men and women. And to hear this is not, and I can tell you women who are Democrats, who are liberal, and who are conservative, this is not what we've worked for the last 40 years, is to have that young woman sit there speaking to Congress, which in and of itself used to never happen, and to say, sure, men can have children. I'm sorry, the facts of the matter is they cannot. Now, we also recognize that people are different, and I like what the Swimming Association is doing. We can recognize transgender individuals, which is a dramatic dynamic to change your life to be who you are, which I support. But you are still different, and you can have a category of difference when we deal with issues of fairness and fair play. All Americans understand this. But this is now, for me, I'm only recently not a Democrat anymore. Many people like me are doing this. Of course, my activism started on the pro-choice issue. I have to say now, with everything that has transpired over the last several years, if not a decade, with everything we know about fetuses, about birth, about children, I no longer can support this abortion as though it is nothing. Abortion, when I was working in the far left, was as though it was some heroic act. Every woman that I've met and worked with and knew that either had an abortion or a miscarriage are never the same. And they may tell themselves differently, but the fact is it's the 21st century and laws are going to be changing. We understand what our responsibilities are, and we've got to stand up for at least the truth of some framework, certainly about women and our bodies and our lives and who we are as people, the issue of children, giving birth, infants, and all of that. We can have this conversation. And then, in the meantime, this one last thing, this whole thing about how men can have children, can get abortions and have children and get pregnant. Then why do they have marches about how all of this is just about women's rights? Suddenly the marches are about hands off our bodies. This is about women's rights. Well, then why aren't you saying that this is men's rights also? The hypocrisy and the lie of this is exposed in that kind of division.
Tammy Bruce, wow. The president seems to have given up on his campaign pledge to reach across the aisle and be a unifier, according to a new Politico piece. Although, as I've said this hour, he has unified the American people around those high gas prices and the cost of everything. But I digress. The piece is entitled, "Biden Starts Conceding That Bygone Era of D.C. May Indeed Be Gone." Here's a quote. "The fever didn't break. And for the Biden White House, efforts at bipartisanship have finally taken a back seat." But House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is firing back at the piece's suggestion that there's been a fair dose of in-your-face GOP obstructionism. Watch his reaction.
I've only seen the president a couple times. He's never called to ask. I've reached out numerous times. Do you know when he decided to pull out of Afghanistan, I called the basic public switchboard to ask to talk to the president? The White House then called to wonder, was it really me calling? That was the one time the president actually took my call. I would love to work. Look, he is sitting as president of the United States. We want the best for this country. We want to work together. If he's going to stop working with us, it's no different than he's done the entire time he's been president.
You know, it's interesting. It's almost as though the president is saying, it's not me, it's you.
Right. And, you know, this is a sign of the fact that, and I'll bring up Ms. Jean-Pierre, the new White House press secretary, when asked about even the stock market, she said, we don't look at that every day. That's not really, she effectively said, this is not something we watch every day. The stock market, which affects the future of everyone. You've got the president only now acting on the baby formula shortage with the Defense Production Act.
Children hospitalized,
yes,
having had reactions as people are trying to stretch formula and change formulas and make ends meet in that category of life-saving.
A toddler still in the hospital, I believe, in Tennessee. 2 had been hospitalized because they couldn't get the formula they needed. And yet people are recognizing, you told us for months there was nothing you could do, or that it was Putin's fault, or that the government wasn't in business to do that, or you mocked us. And Jen Psaki saying, you know, there's no national stockpile, and Pete Buttigieg saying, we're not in the business of making baby formula. But suddenly they realized there was something he could do, and he did it. Why did you wait until May?
All he had to do was watch this hour.
Why, and let me tell you,
I told him every day what he could do.
Operation Warp, Feed My Baby, your commentary, especially on the baby formula, is what the president should have been saying. That was presidential optimism, aggression, labeling, a motto, pushing forward.
It's leadership.
A demand. It's leadership.
It's basic leadership.
So people are wondering, you could do something. Why didn't you? That's my column today at AMAC. Why doesn't he do things when he can, and why do they lie about it? Everybody has a bad day, and everybody can make mistakes. This is different. What are they doing? And your previous segment with Mark Thiessen, fabulous. This is on every issue. Why do they not act? It's as though they want it to be like this.
Wow. Leadership, it's basic leadership.
That's it.
That's it. It's not any more difficult or any easier than that. But the concept is simple. They've got to embrace it.
Indeed.
Tammy Bruce, we embrace you. And always glad to have you in focus. Thank you.
My honor. Thank you.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.